The Rise and Fall of Julius Caesar, Rome's Most Dangerous Man. At 25, he was kidnapped by pirates. Instead of begging, he laughed and told them to raise his ransom. He even told them that once he was free, he'd come back, find them, and kill them all. They thought he was joking, but when he was released, that's exactly what he did. He hunted them down, crucified every last one of them, and walked away like it was just another day. That wasn't cruelty, it was a message. Julius Caesar wasn't just a man. He was a storm, and Rome didn't know it yet. Julius Caesar was born in July of 100 BC into an old but struggling Roman family. They had noble blood, but not the money or power to match it. His father, Gaius Julius Caesar, died when Julius was just 15. That loss forced the young Caesar to grow up quickly. While most boys his age were chasing fun, Caesar was learning how to survive in a dangerous world, watching how the powerful moved, and listening more than speaking. He was deeply influenced by his mother, Aurelia, one of the sharpest minds in Rome. She taught him dignity, discipline, and the importance of reputation. Even as a boy, Caesar understood that words were power, and one day, he'd use them to move armies. At 18, Caesar married Cornelia, the daughter of a political enemy of the current dictator, Sulla. Sulla demanded that Caesar divorce her. Caesar refused. He chose love or maybe principle over safety. That defiance nearly got him killed. Sulla reluctantly spared his life after several people begged for mercy, but he warned, "There's many a Marius in that boy." He saw ambition burning in Caesar's eyes. With his life still in danger, Caesar fled Rome and joined the military. He served in Asia Minor, showing tremendous courage. At the siege of Mytilene, he earned the civic crown for saving a fellow Roman's life, one of Rome's highest military honors. But even in battle, Caesar's mind was always watching, always learning. Then came the pirates. While on his way to study public speaking in Rhodes, Caesar was kidnapped by pirates. They demanded 20 talents of silver. Caesar laughed. He told them to raise it to 50 because they had no idea who they had captured. While they waited for the ransom, Caesar treated them like subordinates. He wrote poetry, joked with them, and even ordered them to keep quiet when he slept. He warned them again and again, "Once I'm free, I'll crucify every one of you." They laughed. He didn't. When he was released, he raised a small fleet, hunted them down, and crucified them, all of them. But, in his version of mercy, he slit their throats before the execution to make their deaths quicker. That was Caesar. Ruthless, but always in control of his image. He returned to Rome and began building a name. He worked as a lawyer, taking on high-profile cases, speaking with passion and sharp wit. He wore clean white togas, borrowed huge sums of money, and threw extravagant events to win the hearts of the people. He was charming, clever, and broke, but the public loved him. He became quaestor, then aedile, organizing public games and building projects. Every position he took, he used to make himself more visible. In 63 BC, he became Pontifex Maximus, Rome's chief priest, through political maneuvering and heavy bribery. He was still relatively young, but now he had both public and spiritual power. Soon after, he became praetor and was assigned to govern Hispania Ulterior. There, he found his first real taste of command. He led troops, crushed rebellions, and seized loot. But something happened there that would change everything. One day, standing before a statue of Alexander the Great, Caesar broke down. Alexander had conquered the known world by age 30. Caesar was already past that, and had done nothing as grand. That moment lit a fire in him. When he returned to Rome, he was more determined than ever. In 60 BC, he formed a secret alliance with Pompey the Great, a celebrated general, and Crassus, Rome's richest man. This first triumvirate was a power grab, a silent revolution. The Senate didn't know what hit them. In 59 BC, Caesar was elected consul, the highest office in Rome. He used his year to pass land reforms and help his allies. The people cheered. The Senate seethed. When his term ended, he became governor of Gaul, both Cisalpine and Transalpine and Illyricum. These were not just titles. They came with command of legions. And with those legions, Caesar began one of the most ruthless and brilliant military campaigns in Roman history. Over nearly a decade, Caesar marched through Gaul, defeating powerful tribes: the Helvetii, the Belgae, the Nervii, the Eburones. He was not just a soldier, he was a strategist. He built bridges across rivers in days, starved cities into submission, and tricked enemies with clever tactics. His war against Vercingetorix, the Gallic chieftain who tried to unite the tribes, ended with the incredible siege of Alesia. Caesar was surrounded, but he built double walls, one to keep Vercingetorix in, one to keep reinforcements out. Against all odds, he won. He even invaded Britain in 55 and 54 BC. The expeditions weren't massively successful, but no Roman had dared set foot on British soil before. He claimed it as another victory. While he conquered, he wrote about it, publishing his commentaries on the Gallic War. The books made him a celebrity back home. They were clear, heroic, and perfectly crafted propaganda. But power breeds fear. Back in Rome, the political landscape shifted. Crassus died in 53 BC in a disastrous war against the Parthians. Pompey grew distant. The Senate, worried about Caesar's growing fame, turned to Pompey as their protector. By 50 BC, they demanded that Caesar disband his army and return to Rome alone. He refused. On January 10, 49 BC, Caesar crossed the Rubicon River with a single legion. That move was illegal. It was treason. It was war. The die is cast, he said. Rome erupted. Pompey fled to the east. Caesar marched into Rome without a fight. He made himself a temporary dictator, then pursued Pompey to Greece. At the Battle of Pharsalus in 48 BC, Caesar, outnumbered, defeated Pompey's forces. Pompey ran to Egypt, hoping for safety, but was murdered by the young pharaoh Ptolemy XIII. When Caesar arrived and saw his rival's head, he cried. He didn't want Pompey dead, at least not like that. In Egypt, Caesar became entangled in a new power struggle. Cleopatra, the sister of Ptolemy XIII, sought Caesar's support. She famously had herself smuggled into his chambers wrapped in a rug. The two began a love affair. Caesar helped her take the throne, and she gave birth to his son, Caesarion. But Rome needed him. He crushed more enemies in the east, then returned to Rome to deal with the remnants of Pompey's supporters. In 46 BC, he won the Battle of Thapsus in North Africa. In 45 BC, he defeated Pompey's sons at the Battle of Munda in Spain. He returned to Rome not just victorious but unrivaled. He was declared dictator for 10 years, then dictator for life. He wore purple robes, held grand celebrations, and packed the Senate with his allies. He introduced the Julian calendar, fixed Rome's debts, increased citizenship, expanded the empire, and gave land to veterans. Statues of him were everywhere. His face appeared on coins, something no living Roman had done. He was reshaping Rome, but not everyone liked it. The Senate, or what was left of it, feared that Caesar wanted to become king. Rumors swirled. He rejected a crown offered by Mark Antony during a festival, but some believed it was a staged show. On March 15, 44 BC, the Ides of March Caesar arrived at the Senate. He had ignored several warnings. A soothsayer had even told him, "Beware the Ides of March." The Ides of March, in the ancient Roman calendar, simply refers to the 15th of March. Inside, more than 60 senators were waiting. Among them was Brutus, a man Caesar trusted deeply, maybe even loved like a son. They surrounded him. They drew daggers. They stabbed him again and again, 23 times. Some wounds missed. Only one was fatal. When Caesar saw Brutus among them, he is said to have whispered, "Et tu, Brute?" Though no one really knows for sure. He died at the foot of Pompey's statue, the very man he had once defeated. The assassins ran into the streets, declaring they had saved the Republic. But Rome did not rise to cheer them. Instead, silence, then confusion, then rage. Mark Antony gave a fiery funeral speech that lit the people's hearts on fire. Rome descended into chaos. Civil war followed. Caesar's killers were hunted down. Brutus and Cassius committed suicide. The Republic didn't survive. Caesar's adopted heir, Octavian, rose through the ashes. He defeated Mark Antony and Cleopatra at the Battle of Actium. He became the first Roman emperor, Augustus. Caesar was gone but never forgotten. His name became a title, Caesar, then Tsar, then Kaiser, a symbol of absolute power. He changed Rome. He changed history. And though he died at the hands of men who feared him, the world still remembers his name. If you would love to see more videos like this, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Thank you. See you in the next video.